this 2-34A, it's the second tab. It has a problem where you have a bunch of mistakes in your you can already see that the trial balance is wrong. Okay, it's not balanced. There's more. The debit balance is higher than the credit balance, and it's because of a number of errors. Okay, so you're going to go through and you're going to correct the errors, and once you do this, you should see that the trial balance balances. That's how you know that you did it correctly. Okay, so why don't we take a couple minutes and you guys can work on this, and then we can do it together. Okay, just to do the first one as an example, cash understated by 1,000. So I see cash here is a debit balance of 7,700. If it's understated, what does that mean? Is it too low or too high? It's too low. So what should I do? Should I add 1,000 or subtract 1,000? Add. Okay, good. So 8,700 cash. Okay. Let's do the second one together, just so we are sure we know what's going on. A $4,000 debit to accounts receivable was posted as a credit. Okay, so I have this account receivable balance of 7,000. So what it's saying essentially, okay, if I have my T account for account receivable, right now the balance is 7,000 debit. It's saying that there was some credit that was 4,000 here, but it actually should have been here. Okay, so what should I do? Let's just put some hypothetical numbers. What's 7,000 plus 4,000? This is 11,000. Okay, and this was 4,000 credit, and that gave us a balance of 7. So what happens when I get rid of this credit and I move it here? What's my new balance going to be? 15,000. Okay, so I basically have to add double, right? It's not just adding the amount that was the wrong amount, it's double that amount. Okay, right? Because we went from 7,000 to 15,000 when I corrected that. Did everyone follow? I just made this up. So let's say, yeah, yeah, yeah. So just to get this to work, I just said 11,000, 4,000, assuming there were only two entries. We actually don't know how many debits and credits there were, right? But if this were the case, we would get to this $7,000 balance, right? So now when you move it over, it's like it just makes the math easier to see what happens. Yeah. Okay. So everyone good with that? So we're gonna double the mistake and add 8,000 to this. Okay, to get 15,000. So this is gonna be 15,000 accounts receivable. Okay. So now keep going. Okay. So what do we leave off with? This account receivable. Okay. So letter C. A purchase of $1,000 of supplies on account was neither journalized nor posted. So we just have to think about what was the journal entry to buy $1,000 of supplies. So it is gonna be what? What do I debit? Look, the key system that we need to do is read what happened. What is the transaction? First question, what accounts are involved? There's no mention of cash in that description of buying supplies on account. Okay. One obvious account is supplies, right? It's telling you this. Don't overthink this. Okay. Supplies. We're buying supplies. Is it going to increase or decrease our supplies account? We're buying them. Increase. What kind of account is supplies? Is it an asset? Is it a liability? Is it a revenue? Is it an expense? Or is it a dividend? Asset. Okay. Asset increase. Now we're ready to do the journal entry. Is it a debit or a credit? Debit. Okay, so supplies, $1,000 debit. credit is going to be, we didn't pay for it with cash. We bought it on account. Accounts payable. Thank you. Payable. That's a P, not a R. That's the journal entry that that we did not include. Okay, so now we have to change this. Okay, we have to add a debit to supplies. So if we go back to our T account, our trial balance, we see that supplies is at a $700 debit balance, but it's not including this other debit for 1,000. So what is it going to be now when we include it? 1,700. Okay, so 1,700 is going to be the new balance of supplies after we correct for this. And then accounts payable, it's a credit balance of 3,000. We're adding another $1,000 credit to this. So what is it now? Is that 3,000 to go up or down? It's already a credit balance. We're going to credit it 1,000 more. Up. Yes, it's going to be a $4,000 credit balance. So let's see. Let me just make sure. Okay, so now this is going to be, instead of 3,000, 4,000. Okay, so next. So any questions on this? Is that when it says neither journalized nor posted, meaning you just forgot to do that journal entry. So you have to figure out the journal entry is and then update the accounts accordingly. Okay, so the next one. Equipment was incorrectly transferred from the ledger as 8,700. It should have been 78,500. So you just switch some numbers around. So we see equipment is 87,000 here. It's a simple fix. You just change this to 7,850. Okay, so if we go to equipment, we just make it 78,500. That's it. Simple. Okay. Salaries expense is overstated by $200. So if I look here, salaries expense 3,600. You whatever screwed up, copying it down. You made it $200 more. So how do we fix that? It's quite simple. You just reduce it to 3,400. I'm just copying the accounts down. Okay, so what did we say? That salaries expense should be 3,400. So I'm just going to make it 3,400. Okay. A $400 cash payment for advertising expense was neither journalized nor posted. Now you can see here that there is no advertising expense account. So it had a zero balance, and we just didn't do this journal entry. Okay, so what should the journal entry have been? It's the same exercise that as we just did here. So what accounts were involved? Advertising expense, okay. And what else? How are you paying for that expense? Cash. Okay, good. Okay. And how much was it? 200 bucks? 400. Okay, I'm crediting cash. It's going down, right? I'm paying money out. Expense accounts are debit normal. So, that's why it's getting debited. Okay, so I actually have to add a line. Okay, I have to add a line here for advertising expense. 400. And I'm going to reduce my cash balance. It's a debit balance, but we're crediting it 400. So that's going to reduce the debit balance. We're still going to have a debit balance. It's just going to be lower by 400 because it's getting credited. It's going to be 8,300. I think we're on these last G, H, and I. Okay. A $200 cash dividend was incorrectly journalized as 2,000. Okay. So that means that the dividend balance 4,400 is wrong and the cash balance is wrong. Okay? So is the dividend 4,400 overstated or understated? Yeah, there's too much dividends in there, right? We have too much. There's extra dividends that shouldn't be in there that are there. So how much lower? How much extra did we put in? 1,800, right? It was 200 is actual. We put in 2,000, which means the extra amount we put in was 1,800, right? 200 plus 1,800 is 2,000. So dividends is overstated by $1,800. So if we just do 4,400 minus 1,800, that's what it should be. It should be 26. We took out too much cash, right? We credited cash by 2,000. We should have credited only 200. So what do we got to do? What do we do? Is this balance over or understated? Understated. Okay, so that means we have to add back 1,800. Okay, so service revenue is understated by 5,000. Okay, so this is just another example. We just add 5,000 to the existing balance. So 4,700 is the existing balance plus 5,000. And then this last one, a 12-month insurance policy was posted as a $1,200 credit to prepaid insurance. Cash was posted correctly. So this one, you need to do a little meta, okay? What should the journal entry have been for this? Okay, so it's prepaid insurance and cash. Okay, and it's saying that the cash was correct. Okay, so you're paying for an insurance policy. So is that a debit or a credit to cash? Is cash going in or out when you pay for something? Out. Okay, so cash is going to be, and what was the amount? 1,200? Okay, so we know that cash was credited and it was credited correctly. What should have the debit been? Prepaid insurance. Okay, exactly. And what kind of account is prepaid insurance? Is it an asset? Is it a liability? Is it a revenue or is it an expense? Asset. You get 1 year of benefit. You're paying your insurance company on January 1st, and you're going to have insurance for the whole year. Okay? So that's an asset. You get a future benefit for that payment up front. Okay? So what they're saying is that you just didn't post this correctly. You put this as a credit instead of a debit. So that means we apply our double rule, right? We have to increase prepaid insurance. It is $800. We have to add 2,400 to that. Okay? It's double the mistake. When you switch to debit and you put it on the wrong side, it's not just adding that amount, it's adding double that amount. Okay? So 800 plus 2,400 is what that prepaid insurance is going to be. So 800 plus 2 times 1,200. You can just do it like that to make it explicit. Okay? And then I think there's a couple of these accounts that were unaffected, notes payable and common stock. So 50,000. Common stock is 51,700. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, so I'm going to use my sum formula. I'm going to add up this. Oh, something is off. Okay. Oh, my rent. Okay, sweet. Okay, we're good. Okay, a little Excel trick I'll show you. I have a formula here, okay, where it's adding up that entire that column, okay? If I want to just have that same formula to supply to the next column, there's a couple ways. I can just copy this cell, Control C, then Control V. Okay, let's just see what this did. It just moved it over. Excel is smart enough where it can like follow patterns. Okay, so it just moved the column over because I copied and pasted the cell, one cell over, just moved the cell references over one. Okay, the other way I could do this is if you hold shift and you go press the right arrow, I can keep going, but let's just say I wanted to only apply it one cell to the right. I hold shift, go to the right one, let go of shift, and if I do control R, it will apply the formula rightwards. I can apply it 100 cells to the right if I wanted. Okay, so it works. Our trial balance is balanced.